Countdown. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdown coverage of the Traitors US and Deal or No Deal Island. We're combining the two this week. Got a lot to hit on, a lot to talk about. With me, as always, is Tyler, who's been out of the country.
I know. I was literally gone for like a week, and like the what's the expression? Like the wheels came off the handle or something like that. Allison was messaging me like, "When are you back? I miss you so much. I don't know what to do without you in my life."
Calling me out. What does that say?
Vacation that never ends. Like, yeah, she was blowing up my chat while I'm trying to like enjoy my peace, enjoy my life. And Allison's just like the little sister. I do have a little sister, but well, I guess you're big sister because you're older than me.
Allison's avoiding cops. So, Jackie, how's everything going with you?
Everything's okay so far. Yep. Happy Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday on my weekly meltdown. Anything can happen, and it will. Hello to Kylan in the chat and Shayna. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to go ahead and just dive head first without a helmet into the Traitors. The last two episodes. What were they? Episodes 9 and 10?
I think so. Yes.
All right. Well,
Jackie's she's actively mourning, so I think we should check in with her first.
I'm the most upset. All
right. This is your therapy session. Let's
wait a minute. This. Is it Peter or is it Phaedra? Which one?
What do you mean?
Which one has her upset?
Which has you upset?
Oh, okay. So going back actually a step. It's definitely Phaedra, but I think it's Kate. Because Kate, I love Kate. Kate isn't in this game for any kind of strategy. Kate is here for a check from Peacock. She's not here to play the game. Phaedra should not have recruited her. Phaedra should have recruited Peter. Phaedra would still be here if she would have recruited Peter. And then if you just
she tried to recruit Peter.
Do you think he would have accepted?
The second time, yes. I think he definitely should have, because at that point it's an ultimatum. You accept.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
That's why she should have recruited Peter, because he was so hot on her. And if you would have added that ultimatum of accept or die, and then he would have died, then okay, Phaedra would have been in trouble. But I don't think that he would have turned it down.
Ew, I can totally see, like, Jackie, I actually could see, like, you're right, like, they're, like, they dress it up like it's a decision, but there was, like, no decision, really. No. But I could see Peter being like, oh, we're the good people against the bad people. I'm going to fall on the sword here. I would rather die than be a traitor. Like, I could totally see him doing something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, I'm not into it at all. And to quote Phaedra, this is not The Bachelor. And I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose.
Oh my God.
I love me some. I need Phaedra whenever I'm having a meltdown or a nervous breakdown or something is going on. I need to just have a pep talk with Phaedra in that calm voice. Just that, Allison, why are you upset about that bitch?
That's a good impression.
Imagine 7 seasons of her fighting.
I know, right? Like, that's what I asked. Like, Timmy was like, because he like knows her from these shows. Then I have never had Phaedra on my screen like ever, and I was like, is this how she talks like all the time, or is she like really dressing this up for the Traitors? And he's like, no, this is how she talks like all the time.
I'm gonna start talking like that. Maybe I should just be calm and collected and act like nothing gets to me all the time. Like, I could do the rest of this show very calm if I needed to.
Like, it's funny quiet.
Yes, but she still drops bombs. Like, if you like had it in a transcript, like what she's saying is like, oh shit, right? But like the way she says it, she is just never like, she is so unbothered by anything. And
she says,
like,
Kate, you have a choice. You can join me as a traitor, or you can get murdered. Pick now. And I mean, it's just like, yes. And then Kate's like, well, I guess I'm going to do it.
Don't ever pull the housewives crap with me, Miss Parvati, because
Poverty.
everybody here thinks you a traitor,
Pete,
not me.
Peter said my name. The only thing Peter and I got common is our names both begin with a P. Yeah, I said.
But wait, okay, one more
Slay all
episode
day.
though. I know we're talking about the Kate recruitment, but
Yeah.
can we just say how MJ stepping up and being the swing vote?
It's weird. Like MJ is so like she's like hot mess personified, but like her reads are like actually really good in this show.
Mhm.
So I was surprised with the swing vote. I thought she was gonna go the other way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like I'm excited to see like how the rest of these like I think we had the finale and the reunion coming on Thursday. So I'm excited
It's
to
trash.
see like how. Yeah, Jackie's like cancel the season. It's done.
Yeah, I'm not
trash.
even.
That was it.
I'm kind of like I'm with you. It's like I had to wait a whole week for this cliffhanger. I'm not doing so I had no idea. So I'm not trying to, so I didn't know that, Phaedra got the axe. I was upset. I don't really give a shit who wins right now. All I care about is CT. I hope. Let me tell you something. I would be okay with John winning. And how is this going to go? Is Kate going to recruit somebody, or what is she going to do?
So at this point, right? What I've seen in other games since we're at the finale, she's on her own, solo dolo. So they all have to try and figure out if it's Kate. And since Kate is so just apathetic when it comes to the show, I doubt that anybody will even notice it.
She's gonna win, and that's gonna be worse than Trishelle still being like, how does this bitch keep getting safety and shit?
Okay. I think it's time. I think the resume is there. I think we need to put some respect on Trishelle's name here
on one show,
outlets.
on one season of the Traitors. I have been in this abyss of Trishelle for almost 20 years. Do not tell me it is time.
It is time, Allison. It is time. She has done a great job this season, and you can't even argue that. She's been in a very influential alliance. She's been like the one that's kind of like pointing the finger at like the actual traitors. Like her reads have been right too, and she's narrowly escaped murder every single time. Like if these traitors were smarter, they would have realized that Trishelle is the one like putting all the pieces together and calling out those pieces out the round table. So I think Trishelle is playing a really great game. And if she wins the season, I say she deserves it. Like, I think she's played a really winning, strong, faithful game. I think she's playing the game that Peter thinks that he played.
Yeah.
No, because she's got to stop this with Parvati's headbands. Okay, they should have all gone with Parvati. And the bitch is what are you trying to do? Can you not be yourself? Have an identity, for God's sake. We have had it with Parvati's headbands. The top knot bands.
Jackie, you're the tiebreaker here. Are you team Trishelle from here on out, or are you with Allison?
Honestly, okay. If I would like, for a faithful to win. I am a traitor. I would like for a faithful to win at this point because they got out the original Phaedra. Like Phaedra was an original traitor. And Phaedra has recruited. And they got Phaedra, they got Daniel, they got everybody gone. Let's go ahead and have a faithful win. If there is a faithful to win, I'm kind of torn. It's either, there's three options. It's either Trishelle, because Trishelle's played a great game. It's Cassandra, because Sandra's played Sandra's game in the Traitors, and Sandra's game from Survivor translated into the Traitors, just like Cerie's game translated into the Traitors, and she won. And then CT has been doing a decent job at staying in the game, and I think he deserves it if he made it this far.
Do you know? But we need to talk about, first of all, I don't know what's going on with my eyebrows tonight in this lighting. This is like a lot. They're really penciled in tonight. I apologize.
Listen, my lighting is really bad.
I'm my God.
I look exhausted right now. I apologize to anybody that's watching.
I look in a constant state of shock.
I turned on the filter for mine. I don't know about y'all.
There's a filter. I'm getting to the age where I need that in my life.
We have to talk about Sandra clocking Kate at the end of the episode.
Yes.
Because what
Yes.
Kate said was very dumb about Phaedra. You're selfish. You made selfish decisions. What kind of she isn't giving anybody anything. So what tell us, Kate, tell us more about these selfish decisions.
And here's the difference between Phaedra and the other two traitors that we got out. Phaedra didn't set Kate up by voting for Kate like Harvey did and like Dan did. Like I feel like that's the difference. So I'm glad that Kate set herself up in that way, because we can never say that Phaedra planted a seed and voted for the other traitor, because the traitors know who the other traitors are.
Yeah.
I love Phaedra going, I've always been a faithful traitor. And I was like, oh yeah.
Well, like, so Sandra, like, pointing that out, I'm glad you brought that up, Allison. Like, Sandra pointing that out makes me think that, like, maybe it is Sandra that, like, wins at the end of this. Like, I'm personally rooting for Trishelle, but, like, Sandra's whole thing, and she's been, like, posting on Instagram, like, her, like, thoughts behind the scenes and stuff, is, like, her whole thing is, like, identifying the traitors and keeping them around. So is that, like, Sandra's way of, like, hinting that, like, she knows that Kate is the traitor and she's just gonna like ride like this into the sunset and win? I think so. I think if anybody has it figured out, like it's Sandra for sure.
I'm mad that it took her this long to be vocal about it.
Well, I think Kate had it working in her favor until she opened her mouth.
Oh my God, yes. She could have walked away with this, because I don't think anybody would have ever suspected Kate, because again, she doesn't care. Or her air is just, I don't care. I am here. Who cares?
Yeah.
She didn't. She came in half the season. I'm sorry. She came in half the season had already gone by. So what kind of win will this be for her?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't like. So I guess like if Kate is like the only traitor left, like say like there's like no more recruitments, and like I apologize if I don't know like how the end of this, like the format of this works with like one traitor, because last season we had Sari and what's his face? Yeah. I forget his name already. Ari. Thank you, Allison. Ari. Sorry, he was so forgettable. Like he was like such
he's from The Bachelor. And we've seen how well they're doing.
True. But like, so what happens if like say like the next banishment, right? Like so there has to be like another murder, which would bring it down to 5, and then another banishment. Say that Kate is banished there, and it's like 4 faithfuls left. Is that the end of the game? Like, do those 4 faithfuls then share the prize? Like, how does that work?
I have to remember. I think what he said in the last episode is that there's not going to be any more murders. Only one more banishment, which would take us down to 5. And then what's supposed to happen is they're supposed to agree. Do we think that we've gotten out all the traitors? Do we want to continue to go for one more round of banishment? At this point, there's no more murders. It's just they have to come to an agreement. Do we want to vote out another person because we think there's a traitor still here? And they're going to keep doing that until they feel like, okay, we can stop, which is what happened last season where Ari, he was like, you know what? I'll just quit. I'm a traitor and I just want to quit because I'm not a good liar. Like, okay, well, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's so much. Like, God, who casts these people? But okay, so like, does it have to be a simple majority though, or like, does everybody have to agree?
I think everybody has to agree that we've gotten all the traitors out. We're good. We all agree, and then Andy would. Is it Andy? He would reveal. Okay, nope. There's a traitor. You all lost. All the faithfuls lost this traitor.
Oh, I see. Okay, so like they don't like keep going through rounds until it's like Kate and one other person, and then like Kate wins if it's down to like 2. Like if they end the game at the wrong point, that's when. I see. Okay. I like that rule.
They would have to. Sandra would have to convince the group to vote out Kate.
Yeah.
And then everyone that's left would be like, okay, are we good? Do we think Kate was the last traitor? Are we good? It has only been 4. Could have been 5. Like they're going to have that kind of deliberation. That's the only thing that would make this last little bit exciting is if they are able to get Kate out. If they can't get Kate out, then throw it to track.
Yeah.
I mean, between like Sandra, Trishelle, and I hate to give her credit, but MJ, like I think they can I think they can suss it out. I think MJ just needs to like put on those cargo jeans again and take another
No.
step back and zoom out on the
Absolute
whole thing.
dude, please. I was about to say that is the pants are the traitor. That's
Another
the real
tattoo
traitor.
shirt.
Can we vote for MJ's carpenter jeans? That would be my question.
She looks like she just came from Ace Hardware or something.
She looks like she's going into Ace Hardware to finish her deck and landscaping and everything else she's building on her own at her house.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm excited to see like how it plays out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But overall, I think this has been a really great season. I'm excited to see the ending. I'm excited to see the reunion. I'm excited to see if Dan like owns up to his awful gameplay or if he tries to like explain it away. So many
Is
questions.
he gonna
right?
Giesel his way out of the reunion?
Yeah,
I know.
Giesel.
That's my big takeaway is like from this whole season is like I need to reassess Dan as like the best winner in Big Brother history.
Can I say something? And this is a good transition.
Yeah, go for
to
it.
Deal or No Deal. It is amazing to me when you have a crossover in the reality universe, when someone crosses over from Big Brother to Survivor, like Hayden, didn't he win Survivor and he was on Big Brother? Or did he won Big Brother and he went over to Survivor?
He won Big Brother. He went on Survivor, but he did very well on Survivor, Allison. Well. I would say he did one of the best like losing games in Survivor history.
Well,
I think.
The reason why I'm bringing him up and some other people is because they're what I consider reality chameleons. They can get on any show and adapt and change it up and do what they need to do. To me, Sandra, and some people can argue with this, is fine, but she really has approached the Traitors differently than Survivor, which you would think, because you see a lot of people doing this, coming in and playing the same game on a different form. It's like it doesn't work that way. And it can be done because you've got people like Parvati and Sandra from Survivor, and then you have CT and Trishelle from the challenge and the real world and all that. Like what I enjoy is seeing the people that can adapt and change up their game, and that it is very intriguing to me. And then you have this Boston Rob, who has crossed over from Survivor and other stuff to Deal or No Deal Island, where the guy's written a book. He's playing the same game that he's playing on Survivor. How he is anyway. It just amazes me that I'm very curious to see how far Boston Rob gets on Deal or No Deal Island. I have no idea how far he's going to get. I have never seen an early Boston Rob exit. I don't think really any of us have. And I'm very intrigued to see what that looks like. He is putting together a band of people together, and he's trying to infiltrate Aaron. Bless his little heart. That guy just needs to stay in the middle. Tell people what they want to hear and keep doing what you want. Because even after the first episode of Deal or No Deal, Aaron was the one who had to go down to meet the banker. And before he went down to meet the banker, Boston Rob had said, no, you need to get someone else out. And he didn't do it. He went with Branson. So that kind of showed me not a lot of people can get away with doing something like that to Boston Rob. He gave you advice. He told you what he think. And he did not get mad at him. He didn't throw him under the bus. He just is going to continue to work with Aaron. And I feel like it would be such an amazing feat if little Aaron, who I adore to the moon and back, is the downfall and early exit of a champion, of an honest to God legend. That's just how I feel.
Honestly, Allison, like it's kind of reminding me, like I feel like Boston Rob like does this in like every show that he's on, right? Like he does this whole thing where he like builds his army and he makes like a it's us against them like mentality.
Yes.
Like think about like how he ran like the villains tribe, like and the fraction or the fracture that like he created with Russell Hantz. Like of course Russell contributed to that too. But like he built his army.
Chat, Kim Matina, by the way. Just want to point that out.
Yes, but he built his army and then he got slain for it. And then we tried to see him do that same thing in Winners at War. But there was like a big resistance, and like the other winners were like, listen, like this might have worked like 50 years ago when you first played Survivor, but it ain't working now, buddy. And I feel like it's going to work out in that direction for here in Deal or No Deal Island as well. And I also want to say, because Kim is in the chat, I tweeted this out earlier today when I was watching the second episode. There is a lot of like blatant ageism coming out of
shit.
A lot of the contestants, but even Boston Rob calling Kim an old lady, like put some respect on the name. Like the moment that you underestimate Queen Kim Matina is when you got. So everybody be careful and don't underestimate Kim. She is a legend.
Yes. Can I have the platform for a minute?
Yes.
And then I'm going to shut up because this has been burning my butt for a week now with this old lady, this. No, let me tell you something. This old lady, Kim Matina, smoked you fools. Mr. Boston Rob, 2-time winner, whatever. I wrote a book, this. She smoked you. This is her first reality show. Claudia, Miss Thang. You sit there and talk about, I don't see any tears, blah, blah, whatever the fuck. And then you want to sit there and offer her an arrow when she's already feeling bad, not getting the arrow to hit the target, and you offer her an arrow because you got plenty. That's rude. And then when she faces the banker, you want to sit there and say, oh, you're not getting this. And all Kim said was, I just need this to happen. I need Claudia to be wrong. And then you want to tell her she's being disrespectful. She smoked you too. And you were on the fucking Deal or No Deal show. All y'all are stupid and fools. You're fools. And you want to talk about the old lady? Why don't you worry about the dumb young assholes who don't know what they're doing, who are giving you Nobody's watching the redhead who got the little thing off the, you know what I'm saying, and shoved it in her sports bra. Y'all are too busy hung up on the cover of the book that you're not reading the literature. And it's pissing me off. I'm 47 years old, Boston Rob. We're the same fucking age.
He did speak all truth when he called Kim the most dangerous player in the game.
The most dangerous. She's a snake. I wouldn't play with Kim Matina for nothing. Kim Matina would sell me up the river without a paddle. I know it. And you know what? I would respect that shit because she knows what she's doing. And it just infuriates me that we got to call her an old lady and do all this and all that. And even in the first episode when she was stuck in the mud, that was some serious effing mud, dude.
Yeah, it looked real thick.
That was thick. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
I totally agree. I mean, Kim is like such a badass, and like we're like really grateful that like she is such a good friend of the podcast and stuff like that, and it's so cool to like.
Oh wait, can I say something real quick? I'm not referring to any one of the young people on the Deal or No Deal Island as assholes. I just meant as a
couple.
Yeah, they're a couple, but I'm just not the great. I'm just saying, y'all are paying attention to the wrong thing. She's an ally. She's not the enemy. Okay, sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, put some respect on the name. Like the moment I saw her have like what was that game in Sequester that she whooped Hamza's ass in by like the holding like the spoons and putting the ping pong balls on the little like stacked cups. Like the moment I saw her do that, I was like, this girl can do anything. Like so I'm so excited to see her play. It's such a treat to see like one of our friends on these shows, and I can't wait to see like the rest of it. And the format of the game is pretty fun too. Like I didn't know how this whole like island twist would like work out for like Deal or No Deal. But it adds a really fun element into the mix, and it kind of reminds me of like like the first few episodes of like The Mole, like when they were like in the forest and stuff like that. I don't know. Like it's I'm having fun with it so far.
I loved it. It's different. I never watched the original Deal or No Deal. So
I didn't either.
No, I never did.
Well, like you mean like the actual like game show?
Yeah, with Howie Mandel. And I love Howie Mandel. I just never watched it. I wasn't into it when it came out. I wasn't in I had to take a step back for a minute when that show came out.
I would love to see you on Deal or No Deal, Allison.
Oh, God.
It would have to be Deal or No Deal After Dark, unedited. Holy
yeah.
shit, did I not get it again?
Mother. I'm about to smack somebody with a briefcase. I'll say one more thing. Say it.
Which one of you bitches have the $1 million cake?
Who's got the million? Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and tell me. I'll sniff it out. My husband said I can smell it. I smell money.
Oh yeah. So like, do we want to hedge any bets on like how far we think Kim like makes? Like, how do we like see this playing out here?
God, I don't want to make any predictions.
So I lose the alliance strategy in this game. I'm trying to figure out how having numbers with you helps, because it seems like the goal is win the highest briefcase, and then I'm going to cut you bitches. Like I don't care. Like I didn't care that Jamil was gone. Like I was just like, okay, so as long as Kim is still here, I don't care. Like
yeah.
Why do numbers matter here? Like how, I guess maybe Kim, if you could tell us in the comments, like I don't want someone to target me, but the goal is to just win everything, right?
Yeah, because see, this is what gets me. In episode 2, they were split up into teams and they didn't get to pick their teams. So for me, going forward, it looks like there's going to be a rhythm of you're either playing solo or you're playing with a team and you don't get to pick who you're playing with. So when you have that setup, that kind of makes the teams a little irrelevant, in my opinion, because you can't, if I'm stuck with Rob and I hate Rob and he hates it, like if Kim and Rob got stuck together and they both got the lowest amounts, and they got to pick between the two of them, even if I didn't know who Kim Matina is,
no one's picking Rob.
You've got to send Rob out. He's got to go one way or another.
His personality is an ick. It's enough to be like, really, dude? Okay, bye.
And then
he's already got his million.
Yeah, like he gets upset with her because Kim called him out on knowing who he was and talking about his surprise. Rob, you're on another reality show. You're not on an island on another gosh damn planet. Okay, people know who you are. She's just vocalizing it. What, are we all supposed to sit there and listen to someone fart, not address that it stinks?
I loved it.
I feel like, I don't remember the dude's name, but I feel like he kind of called Kim out. Oh, like, you love reality TV, so do you know all of Rob's weaknesses? Like, pause. Don't
Branson.
Don't call me out. Is that his name? Don't call me out because I've watched him on television for the last 30 years. Don't.
Poor Branson couldn't keep his mouth shut. Couldn't stop apologizing for blinking. I mean, he was just so sorry forever. I'm sorry the wind is blowing in the opposite direction that it should be, even though I have no control over the weather and the wind. I'm sorry. Bless his heart. Bless him.
He was cute. I liked him.
Here's Kim said only 3 or 4 didn't know who Rob was. Yeah. Hey, what do y'all think about this?
Were they young and stupid, or would you call young assholes? Were they young assholes?
They were YAs. Yeah.
Yeah, YAs. Yes.
What do you think about Thomas? Is Howie the banker? You think? Wouldn't that be a twisty twist?
I will say, like,
maybe Kim's the banker.
One like production note for this show is like, so Jackie, like, since Allison hasn't seen like the original Deal or No Deal, remember how it was like an old school like telephone that he like picked up, and
wasn't it like a car phone,
rotary?
Yeah, and it was like to this like godlike a silhouette figure up in this like room with like his back turned to the camera or whatever. It doesn't hold the same impact and seriousness when the host is pulling out what looks like a flip phone or something. He's like, hold on, let me pull out my T-Mobile Sidekick too. Oh yeah.
My
Uh-huh.
T-Mobile sidekick.
The banker is actually tired and wants to retire to his suite. Like,
I mean,
okay,
if it's island themed, like
Okay.
really go all in and do like a can on a string or something. I think that would be like funnier. So I don't know. They can like workshop that part a little bit, but overall, I'm having a lot of fun with this show. I'm excited, and I'm excited to see Kim playing.
I'm just kind of disappointed in the ageism and just rudeness of some of the people that I just really would think that this isn't like, yeah, there's younger people there, but you know, when the younger people are being more respectful than the older people, that's got to make you, you know, feel bad one way or another. You know, the last thing I want is some young kid correcting me, telling me I'm being rude. Like, oh, fuck no. You know, but still, it just kind of shocked me a little bit. But I think Kim's killing it. I think she's doing a great job. I told her last week, I think this is going to be Rob versus Kim. I can definitely see two armies coming together and flanking each other at the moment. And
they're both very strong personalities.
Very strong.
Honestly, I am taking all of the notes, Kim, on how to psychological warfare with your age and experience. I see it. And I think she's eating. I think she's doing a really good job. And I think Rob has the strong personality, but everyone's gonna see right through this mafioso routine and be like, all right, in order for us to win, we have to get rid of him. And I think that's where Kim is gonna have her bread and butter, is trying to let everybody know, like, hey, he's already won, he's this, he's that. I think she has that very sweet way of being able to, like you said, venomously bite them bitches.
Right. But you also have to think about, if he is in the bottom two and you put him in to face the banker and he wins, he could get rid of you. So It's kind of like, don't want to put, it's like, but then he's like, you don't want to put him in. You put the other person in and go, look, we need to come to an understanding right now. If you win, he's got to go. Got to go. Period. That way it's an even playing field for everyone. Because Claudia's not skilled. She held a suitcase. Okay, she held a suitcase. It's not like she knew what was in it until she opened it.
Did you know that Meghan Markle used to be one of the suitcase gals on Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, she was. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Allison, how do you feel about Meghan Markle?
Noticed.
I'm not a big Meghan Markle fan. I'm sorry, I'm not. That's a whole different show. So someone rescue Harry.
What do you mean rescue Harry?
I don't know. There's just something going on there that I just don't like. And
I think that once you go black, you never go back. And he loves his little ashy black girl from Compton.
It's like, okay, you've got a point. I can't argue with that.
He forsaked his entire family. My man said, heir plus a spare. I'm out. I'm not in this.
How sad is that dude? Wrote a book about himself called Spare.
He said, y'all don't need me here in this royal regiment. I'm out. I'm going to go take my black girl, my mixed babies, and leave.
I'm never going to be king. And if my brother dies, I'm not even next on the list. It's my little nephew. The fuck, dude? I'm a spare. I'm a flat spare. I'm going to talk about how William knocked me out in the kitchen one day and said, you want to fight? Yeah. I love Harry. Harry's been my favorite. I love that Harry's got balls and he's going to take shit and he's not going to put up with his wife being picked on. I get 100%. I'm glad he wrote a book. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm invested in the Netflix. I watched that Netflix
I watched it too.
I watched it. But there's something about Meghan.
Wait, before we get off the book. Do you remember, like, so on TikTok, did you see that trend where, like, he read, like, he narrated, like, the audiobook version of it? And there's, like, a part in there where he's like, my penis was oscillating, extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized, and that became like a huge sound on TikTok, and it was so creepy and gross. I was like, can we not?
What was he talking about?
I don't know the context for it, but it's probably funnier like without context, so I'm afraid to even Google.
What, are you gonna cut a zipper?
I don't want to get caught on the list or something, so you can Google it for me if you want. Well,
my algorithm's already fucked up. I'm not taking any chances.
Yes, I do know that about you.
Yes, God. I really think that it's like, what worse way to say I am so insignificant to this anarchy kingdom. I'm never going to be anything other.
The machine.
I'm not just a spare. I'm a flat spare that was never checked on in the trunk. We're in the middle of nowhere. The Hills Have Eyes is happening around us. We get in the trunk and I'm flat as fuck. It ain't happening. It's terrible. Spare. You know what we should do? I want a reality show with nothing but spares. And I'm talking about the Harrys, the Frank Stallones, all of the relatives of all of the, where's Lindsay Lohan's mom? Get all these people on a show, all these spares, and just make them survive. Do something with them. I don't know. One of the Lawrence brothers is available, I'm sure.
Joey Lawrence.
One of them is like booed up with chili.
I'm talking about the youngest one who is very awkward. It's very awkward.
It's him, yeah. Hold on. I don't remember the Lawrence brothers' names, but
he was on like some Disney Channel original movies. Oh gosh.
Joey Lawrence, I love you, honey, but you are not fooling anybody with that fake ass toupee hair plug on the top of your head. That is not real.
Lawrence.
It is not real.
Who?
At least
Andrew Lawrence.
Yeah, Andrew Lawrence.
Andrew's
it's killing me. Okay. He's a good-looking man. He was on Celebrity Big Brother. We all know you bald. We saw your routine, and now all of a sudden you have hair. No, I hate that shit. Who was it? Sinbad, the comedian, talks about when women get extensions and weaves and stuff. He's like, you can't show up in the office on Monday and be bald and then show up on Tuesday and have hair down to your butt. He's like, at least try to fool somebody. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I shot this wedding back in October, and the priest had clearly just gotten a hair transplant surgery, and I felt so bad for the bride because all of these ceremony pictures, the ceremony was gorgeous, so many beautiful flowers set up and everything, and then his head just had all of those post surgery dots on it, he had just gotten the surgery or something like that. And I felt so bad for them because it is just so everywhere in the pictures. You can't look at anything else except for
you'd have to charge extra for touch-ups, wouldn't you?
I know, right? Yeah, I know. I should run those photos through Photoshop AI. Give this man some hair, please. Or you're a priest. Can't there be some kind of thingy that goes? I don't know the term for it, but yeah. So anytime somebody mentions a hair transplant, I always think of that poor bride and what her photos looked like, and 50 years from now when they're showing their kids those photos on their anniversary, those kids are going to be like, what is going on with that man's head?
I have a hair story. Do you want to hear it?
Of course I want to hear it.
So years ago I dated this guy. Okay. Years ago. Okay. And he had something really important that he said he needed to tell me. And we got all dressed up to go to dinner and went to this nice Italian restaurant. And we're sitting there and we're talking. And he just leans over and he said, I had surgery. And I'm thinking, oh, you've had a surgery. You have cancer? What happened? What did the life through? What? And he says, I had surgery. And I'm like, well, what was it? My mind is just going to what are you saying? He's like, I had hair. I had my hair. I had hair transplant surgery where they take the hair and move it up.
You were
here.
dating him at the time?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you need to like run by your lover before you do it.
Well, he'd already done, like, this had been done a couple of years, like, and he did it.
Okay. I thought you meant like he had
No,
just
no,
done it.
No, this is the point. He did it a couple of years, like a year or something, and he could. That's when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what in the why is this like a big deal? Why is this? We got to get you making it sound like you need a kidney. I mean, I don't know what, and you need what is happening? Because then my eyes couldn't stay off of this. Because then you notice.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of casually looking. And we didn't date that much longer after that. I mean, it wasn't even that big a deal. It's like, I thought you were going to tell me that our blood types matched and you needed a kidney, or you were going to have your liver removed and you were going to be a dialysis. You had surgery. Okay. I mean, that's not something you sit down and tell someone. It's just, I don't care. Good for you. Good for you.
Here's a piece of advice for any guys that want to do hair transplant surgery. There's this one guy at my gym, and he's like 23 or 24. His hair looks great. And I told him that. He's like, thanks, I got hair transplant surgery. I was like, what? Like, it didn't look like the usual suspects, right? It didn't have that like line. And like, I've looked into it because like I am like, my hair situation is like really not good. I will be the first to. No. I always consider like buzzing it. But he said that he went to Turkey for the surgery, and it's like so much cheaper, and they treat you like super well over there. They like the flights and like your meals and hotel are like included in like the cost, and it's only like $3,000 or $4,000, and like that's what they specialize in over there is hair transplant surgeries. So if you're considering it, like look into doing that instead of paying like $1 million over here for like a subpar product that everybody talks about later.
That's what the De Silva twins from 90 Day Fiance universe did. They went to Turkey. They got the nose, the face. They got like a whole body transformation, and they went. I don't think any doctor in the United States would work on them anymore. So they went to Turkey. Have you seen these two? Look them up. The De Silva twins from Darcy and Stacy. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yes, I've seen them. Yes, I have. They are beauties. Kind of.
They were.
But they've had
destroyed themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm having a procedure done next week. Okay. And it's something I'm getting a little, I'm not shy about it. I'm getting a little rhinoplasty thing on the tip of my nose next Thursday. I have a bulbous tip nose, and I'm just going to have it reshaped a little bit. And it's not really considered a nose job. The healing time, all of it is nothing like a nose job, because it's not a nose job. It's just a reshaping. Okay. So it's something I've been insecure about since I was a teenager, and I've been saving forever. And I finally, I'm freaking 47. It's been 30 years when I made this decision, and now I'm in a place where I can do it, and I still haven't changed my mind, and I'm doing it. But I'm not going to like rearrange my whole damn face and do all this crazy stuff. I'm not going to take a gentleman out to dinner and go, I need to show you something. Do you see this face and that nose? That was my real nose.
But also, you're not planning on going full Michael Jackson either.
No, it's a tiny thing.
Yeah, she sent us some renders, and like it is very tasteful. Like,
y'all want to see it? Do you want to see what my test?
It looks like my nose. Actually, I'll admit I have a good nose.
Can I share it? Do y'all want to see?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so subtle. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick.
While we do this.
Now, I just want to reiterate that I didn't know I was going to have my picture taken with the highest definition camera on the planet. I put on mascara and lipstick. That's it. You can see everything. Pore, pimple, you name it. And I'm like, oh, look at this high def picture before and after. Okay, let's see here. I'm not shy. Can you see it?
Oh
Okay,
my.
see, it's not that big a difference.
It looks like my nose. Did you go to the doctor and say, I want Tyler's
I took
nose?
a picture of Tyler.
Yeah, I
And I
figured.
said, this is what I want.
Mhm.
This is it.
Give me the Tyler.
Give me the Tyler nose. That's it. But yeah.
But no,
so
this is very tasteful. And
Yeah,
Allison,
I
I think
like
this is a
that.
good picture of you, actually. Like, I think,
Mhm.
like, it reminds me of like a cast photo for like
Which-
Big Brother Canada or something.
Which one is after? You're so sweet, BB. The one on, okay, if you're facing your monitor, the one on the left is the before, and the one on the right will be the after. I haven't had it done yet. Okay. So, you know, obviously. But that's what I'm doing next Thursday. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with tweaking a little bit, but you don't have to make a big damn deal out of it. And I'm not shy. I'll talk about it.
I'm glad that you're
I'm
like
excited.
normalizing it. I wish more people would just like openly talk about it rather than like trying to, you know how like so many celebrities they're like, I've never had any plastic surgery. I'm like, chicken shit
Like,
bullshit. Like,
we can
there's
see
a
you
whole
from 10
list.
So
Right,
look
exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're not fooling anybody.
If I was on Big Brother 26, y'all would hear me going, oh. Is there any, baby?
Mr. B.
Hey,
Can you bring some Botox shots real quick?
here we go.
Allison, you should make your audition video like as soon as you're out of surgery. That's your moment.
This is how far I've gone to get on this fucking show.
Exactly.
I've altered my. Is it the nose? Tell me. Has it been the nose this whole time?
What if you get cast like what if you submit that audition video and they're like, Allison, it has been your nose holding you back the whole time. Like we're not even going like you're not even going through other rounds of auditions. Like we're offering you a spot on the cast right now.
Now, let me tell you what'll happen. This is what'll happen. I will have Jennifer Grayed myself. If you know who Jennifer Grey is, the chick from Dirty Dancing who played Baby. She had a nose, a nice
a nose.
She had a special nose. Beautiful. I thought she was beautiful the way she was. I'm not shit, I love Jennifer Grey. She got her nose job and fixed her nose. And she openly admitted it was one of the worst mistakes. It was the worst mistake because she stopped getting work because her nose is what made her different from everyone else. So, it can sometimes not work in your favor. So my point is they would have said, we were really gonna cast you this, then you got the nose job and it totally changed everything about your face. And you just, no.
Well, just bring the before picture like back to them and be like, can we just like Command Z, like let's just like undo like what we just did here.
Yeah, I need to redo. I need to go back. I need to back.
But can I get that in writing from production first that they're going to cast me?
No, I think sometimes your delicacies are what set you apart and make you more memorable to other people. That works for Jennifer Grey. That's not, my nose is not what works for me. It's my outstanding personality.
It's all the above, Allison. All the above. In other Big Brother news, this is kind of breaking news, but Big Brother Canada 12 just premiered a little bit ago, and we have two returnees this season, and I'm considering watching again. Spicy V and Anthony, two very good.
How did we get past a Big Brother Canada premiere and everything without you going, guys, we gotta draft this, guys, we gotta watch it?
Because as soon as like they cut the feeds, I said, F this, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. But I did tweet earlier, like a week or two ago, I said, if feeds are returning or if it's an all-star season, I will watch. And now I'm in this like gray area in between because it's only 2 all-stars returning and like 12 like newbies. So I'm like, do I watch again? So I actually tweeted out like Spicy V and Anthony are returning. Should I watch? And Spicy V replied to my tweet and said, tune in, Tyler. So now I feel like I kind of have to. So I might check out the premiere and like just see like a week or two, just see how it plays out and everything. Arissa Cox did say that like the digital dailies are going to be bigger and better this year. I'm not holding my breath on that, but I'm curious to see like what that means for the show. It like from what I'm seeing on Twitter and Reddit, like the premiere was actually really good, and this is one of the older casts that have ever been put together for like Big Brother. Like it could be a good season shaping up. So I don't know. I'm curious. I'll report back in like a week or two and be like, y'all, I totally regret this. It was a waste of my life. That'll probably be the case. And I'll be back to like actively protesting Big Brother Canada, even though their official Twitter account follows me. We'll see. We'll see.
No biggie. I don't mean to brag, but I will.
I mean, they only follow like 200 some people. I think that's a pretty cool
followed me this week. Let me tell you guys something. You know who started following me on Instagram and Threads? Felicia from Big Brother 25. And instead of going, oh, wow, that's cool. You know, the reaction I got from Tyler and Beth, is that legit? Is that real? Like, God forbid someone from somewhere follows my ass.
You should ask her to come on our show, Allison.
Yeah.
She would do
I
it.
got questions.
I'm sure she has stories.
Deserve it after that question.
Listen, I can step down.
Jackie's fine, but now I don't know about you.
That's fine. I'll watch. I'll be in the chat, giving you questions to ask.
You're always in the. Oh, please write an essay in Word doc and email it to me.
Yeah.
Because that's my most favorite thing in the world for you to do.
Like, here's an itinerary of everything that you need to discuss while I'm
Short story.
Yeah.
One of the first shows that Tyler ever met. Tyler, we've been doing this for, 2008, 5-6 years now together. One of the first shows that Tyler ever missed. He didn't realize, look, just miss the show. It's fine. Do it. Live your life. He freaking put it in an Excel spreadsheet diagram. These are my bullet points. Everything I want brought up on the show in my absence. Literally would have taken me the entire gosh damn show to read his little notes. So what I did was I took his document and I cut it up into cliff notes.
She trimmed it down quite a bit. Yeah, she did. No, 20s Tyler was a way more uptight version of himself than 30s Tyler. I hope you're enjoying this new more relaxed version of myself.
Tyler's Allison exaggerating? No.
She's not exaggerating. I totally did that.
I
was wound up back in the day.
To add any bedazzling to anything. What you see is what you get. What I tell you is what happened. Period.
I can confirm. I did, in fact, do that.
I think Deb and I had a side chat about it. I go, look at this shit. She goes, what the frick? It's like, is he a college professor? What is he turning this in for? I don't know. It's like I pay him or some shit. Anyway. So, yeah, that's about it. So, Deal or No Deal, Monday nights, NBC, 9, I think it comes on 9, 10, 9 Central. Mm-hmm. And the Traitors season finale this Thursday, the 7th, on Peacock, along with the reunion.
Can we lock in our final guess? Like, how do we think this is ending for the
Dan is not going to own shit. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Forget about it. Who do I think is going to win? Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. Sandra's going to convince everybody that Kate is a traitor and she gets out. Because at this point, if it's just another faithful that goes, who cares? Because that's just more money. But then again, there might not be any traitors. So we don't know. I don't know. Maybe Kate goes and everybody decides, wait a minute, we need to do one more round, and they get Sandra out. And that's her.
CT's not voting out Sandra. And
you don't think so?
No. That's the way CT could possibly win, is by his loyalty to Sandra. But Sandra, I'm thinking Sandra has the W here. Ooh, Survivor wins 2 US seasons of the Traitors? Okay, Survivor.
I would look at who's left. I will be happy if it's CT, John, or Sandra.
John's murdered. He's gone.
John is murdered.
When did John get murdered?
Kate
Wait a minute.
murdered
What?
John.
When did he get murdered? The
Kate
little
Major
British
murdered him.
lawyer dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
he got murdered
When? This week?
after Peter was banished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the murder that night.
And that's like what, like, I
Which is
also think that was a
stupid.
terrible move of Phaedra, to be honest. Like, as much as I
Yes.
loved her, like,
Oh,
he
I was-
called her out at that like previous banishment, and then
So it makes her look even more sketch. Like,
right.
no, you murder an ally, you murder MJ, you murder Sheree, you murder somebody. So it takes the heat off you because then everybody's gonna be like, oh, she wouldn't have possibly murdered
Right.
her ally.
I must have been ADD watching. Have you ever done that?
Oh yeah.
Like when you're reading and your ADD kicks in and like you've read a chapter and you can't remember what you just read. I have zoned out and my ADD has gone nuts when I've been I think that's what happened to me when John got, I think I couldn't accept it. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. So anyway, CT and Sandra are really the only two
Yeah.
that I would really like to see win.
Trishelle
I
has
think-
the winners at it, but
I think what's gonna happen is
Universe
I think that Sandra and Trishelle will talk and say, like, listen, like, we have figured out that Kate is the last traitor, but they're gonna be greedy about it because both of them are greedy bitches, and that's why I love both of them. They're gonna say the housewives were like the story of this whole freaking game. Like, let's take out MJ and let's take out Sheree. Yeah. And then let's split the money, Trishelle, CT, and Sandra. Like cutting Kate like last at the last like cut, and then that's when they'll say, we got it, we're good.
None of them can take the money and run though, like last season, because that was 2 traitors remaining, right?
Well,
yeah,
like,
it has to
like
be
after
no
Kate's
traitors.
right, like after Kate is like they'll eliminate MJ and Sheree first, and then they'll eliminate Kate and say, like, all right, we're good. That way, like, their cut of the pot is bigger because they're only sharing it between 3 people instead of 5 faithfuls. Does that make
What
sense?
if Kate makes it though? She can steal all the money.
Then she wins.
Oh my God, I'd be so I'd flip that table.
I don't think
She
Kate's
wanna
worried
be-
either way. I think she's getting a fat check either way. So
Yeah.
I don't think she's that.
Did you
concerned about the win.
see CT's eyes though when Phaedra, they got rid of Phaedra and she was up there? He looked like his eyes were like he was really trying not to get upset.
He got a little emotional.
I
He
was
did.
like,
I've seen that he has bonded, especially at the beginning of the 10th episode when he realized he was the only guy left. He's like, ooh, okay.
Mhm.
With all these ladies, and some of them are older. He's like, ooh, cougar is round. Like he started
Also,
really starting to like them.
Phaedra did say in an exit interview that she called Dan like a very strange, weird little man or something like that. And she's like still pretty salty at Dan for like basically tanking her game. So I'm excited to see if there's any like drama in the reunion about that. I don't know. We'll see.
I just anybody who tries to go for Phaedra, she's going to lock it down. I'm going. What is she on? Medicine.
Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine. Yep.
I just need to start watching just clips of her and taking notes on how to deal with people.
Honestly, all of the housewives on every reality show that they go on, they all eat really well. Like Kenya was on The Apprentice. Portia was on The Apprentice. Portia was on what was that? Stars on Mars. Candy was on Celebrity Big Brother. Honestly, them Atlanta housewives,
Brandy Glanville was on Big Brother Celebrity.
Yep, there you go. They know some things. I guess because they
About
take their
how-
everyday real life and put it into these experiments, and they're like, "I will read a bitch." Like,
Wasn't she the one that was talking about her husband left her for Leanne Rhymes? It's not like it was Carrie Underwood. It was Leanne Rhymes.
I mean, she could sing. Leanne Rhymes can sing her ass off.
She can, but that's it. There's nothing else happening. It's very vanilla and basic. Carrie Underwood will take a Louisville Slugger to your 2 headlights.
That is the only country song that gays like accept is Before He Cheats.
Let me tell I love that. I'm not a big country, but that and Jesus Take the Wheel, like when I'm about to explode, I'm like, Jesus take the wheel. You better
I can get down with some
some
I can get down with some Dixie Chicks or Jody Messina. I have a Jody Messina Essentials playlist on my phone that I listen to sometimes.
I like the Chicks. They're the Dixie Chick now, the
Oh,
Chicks
yes,
now.
the Chicks.
But I like that
Yeah.
song. I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. Ready to set your sun itself round and round and round. Yeah.
That's your anthem. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. We'll be back next week to chat the rest of the Traitors and Deal or No Deal Island. And we'll be back tomorrow for Survivor 46. Who's joining us for that? I think it's Nate? Question mark?
I think it's Nate, me, and you.
I think so. Jackie, if you want to come on, feel free to. No pressure either way.
My husband will divorce me. We'll be watching it while you all are talking about it.
I got
And we have a draft.
I got to
And
talk
my number 8 in my draft is gone.
Oh, Lord, do I have words? Do I have so much to say about episode 1 of Survivor 46? I wish there'd been a camera on my ass while I was watching it.
Jelensky.
Iconic.
Iconic.
What a
first
waste
boot.
of a casting.
What
Like, that's almost as bad as the 2 quits that we got last season. I was like, what?
I wouldn't even if I were Jeff, I'd be like, I'm not even putting your torch out. No, don't even bring your torch
Just
up
take
here.
the fire with you.
No, just take it. Take it.
Oh yeah. We have a thank you from Kim Matino. Thank you, Kim. We can't wait to keep recapping you and defending your legacy and your age. We
You
love
are
you.
a star
Kim.
on this
I'm-
on my TV screens. I love you,
Yes.
Kim.
And if my mother asks me one more time, which one is my friend? It's Kim. It ain't Boston
Respect
Rob.
on the name.
It's Kim, Mom. And she's like, oh, I keep forgetting. How? She's
She's
unforgettable.
the hot blonde with the pretty smile.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
everybody have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm not ready to meet.